Yeah, without a doubt. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Getting word on the street. I'm not sure which match, but we actually, you guys are not done with us yet, as we will be jumping into another game here.
Yeah, there may be another game going on. We have live updates on the scene as we start to connect to the STV here.
Yeah,
as our producer, our lovely producers in our ear right now, telling us all about it. But yeah, so we've got some extra for here. We heard your demands. We are here for the encore, as it looks like this is Cat Noise is Black versus
Kyle Fett Experience.
Kyle Fett Experience,
yeah.
So some familiar names for those of you who caught the first game here. We are still on Sunshine, so keeping the same map. It looks like I can't see how many rounds they have.
Well, I thought maybe that this game was just getting started, but considering medics are still just standing around and choke, the game has actually not started quite yet. So should be getting live soon here. And yeah, I haven't seen Cat Noise is Black yet. So they get Gabby and Murr on Soldier, Exalor on Medic, Serial and Anna on the Scouts, with Baba on Devilman.
Yeah, we didn't get to watch Cat Noise is Black on stream, but X and I were watching their Group 1 match together off stream. And definitely, you know, I think this game between these two teams will actually be very exciting. I think they're a very evenly matched team. So both of these, the chances to kind of land some body blows, get in there, you know. Because, and really for these guys, you know, on a land environment, sometimes, yeah, you know, it's always cool to contest those guys like G6, like Zone 6. But, you know, this is what it's about. It's about finding those guys that you know in your division and playing them and being like, yeah, I beat you on LAN. What's up, you know?
Yeah, and I know that's what's been fun at some of these other community LANs that we've had in the past, is you kind of have that spectrum of skill where, yeah, you know, sure, there's going to be 12 players that kind of stack those top two teams and are all invite experience, and they might be a good step or several steps ahead of the other teams. But then you get that, like, middle of the field pack, you know, where you get some really close games and everything a little bit tighter. And then maybe a team that's a little bit more beginnery, you know, hopefully that they also have another team that's kind of at that same level. And, you know, we'll see how that goes here. But certainly, you know, Zone 6, G6, we're expecting them to be very, very strong here. Kyle Fett Experience, though, have shown that they can, you know, hang with Zone 6 pretty closely. And will also be able to, you know, put up a good fight. We'll see how it goes against Cat Noises here. Certainly, though, some of the other matches, the Burnsiders versus the Cookout Crew was pretty close in that second game. Yeah, just, you know, excited to see this matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of those really special things about TF2 and the TF2 community, you know. Obviously, whenever you're playing in the lower divs, you know, in a big esport, you can kind of feel like you're a little lost in the sauce, a little invisible. Yeah. But in TF2, you know, everyone knows each other. Everyone knows everyone in your divs so well that you can really have those rivalries at every level. And it's like, it makes even these games that you wouldn't normally see even covered in like a big esport, it can mean that they have really, you know, meaningful storylines and rivalries and this community that's created this environment. So it's really cool to see these teams go at it, and, you know, if we have the opportunity to, we'll take another game.
Yeah, exactly. Always fun to cast people, and I know that a lot of times online, you know, basically you don't have the resources to cover everybody. So a lot of times it's really just the invite division that gets covered. Yeah. But there are certainly other organizations and people that like to cover those other divisions, like Advanced and Main. And a lot of good matches there, and especially, too, if you're, you know, trying to learn Team Fortress, learn how to play the game. I think it's also important to watch the game at these different levels. Sometimes the invite players just make it look so easy that you actually don't see some of these kind of transformational stages of the game, transitional stages that are really important to understand how to play. And those are the reasons why the invite players play like they do. Yeah,
you know, these divisions, it's not an elevator, it's a staircase. You got to take each step on up. And really that's what these people are all doing, all these players, as we see them at various stages, you know, whether they're grinding out in Main, Advanced, or even, you know, just starting out in Newcomer, maybe forming a newbie mixes team or something like that. Everyone's got to start at the beginning, and that's what we see all of these people have done.
Yeah, and it can be a long road to the top. Certainly, though, we have seen some younger players that have joined the community that have been able to, you know, speed run those stairs up to the top and make a lot of progress in a short amount of time. At DreamHack Dallas, we had an advanced scout, Eric, who was just phenomenal. and dominated the jumping competition, and was also able to just crush the MGE 1v1s that we were doing at that event as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and really, when you look at all these teams as well, it's getting to the end of the regular season over an invite. Hey, if a player can make a breakout, make a bit of a name for themselves, you can look at them getting picked up for these kind of qualifier teams that are going to be trying to get into the top division, and that's really what a competition is all about. It's all about getting a name out there for showing that you can bring value to a team, and LAN's a great place to do that.
Yeah, 100%, and especially as the invite division has gotten back into having LAN finals. That ability to perform under that pressure and under those circumstances becomes even just more important.
Yeah, all the more to play for in these seasons. Not just the cash prize up for grabs in NA anymore. It's back. It's LAN finals, and I mean, hey, I think everyone's glad for it.
Yeah, and also quite a bit of cash on hand here today. For this tournament. Yeah, $10,000. Pretty serious Team Fortress 2 tournament. And pretty serious in terms of the just kind of event overall. Yeah, not sure what happened there. Okay, yeah, looks like we're getting a re-exec as I was confused because I was like, Baba had a really good rollout there, and then all of a sudden just kind of stopped. Yeah. So not sure what the issue was. Maybe that there was some sort of problem with the config.
Yeah, it looked like maybe the win limit was wrong by the looks of it. Just saw that changed in chat. Yeah, people working on it.
Yeah.
TF2 server settings. It is what it is. It happens. Always a classic issue.
Yeah. GG's getting thrown out there, but on to the next one.
Yeah, indeed. We're just letting these players sort through the tech, as it always is. But yeah, I think definitely, very close between these two teams. We're gonna see. Not a lot. I didn't quite catch the results of the previous games for some of these, but for Cat Noises specifically. But we obviously watched Zone 6 eke out that win over the Kyle Flett experience before the hand. So
yeah,
definitely a team that can hang, a team that can perform at a level.
Yeah, Cat Noises Black actually, towards the bottom of standings right now. But for good reason, because their first two matches were against Zone 6 and like a G6. So they've started off this group stage with the toughest two opponents. They were able to get that round off of Zone 6, and hopefully they can kind of get back into winning form here up against their opponents.
The nature of this format that we are running, sometimes you just get the button to the schedule first, and there's nothing you can do about it. But we are headed into this first mid.
Yeah, and Cat Noises Black on the red here. Going to be able to get the kill against Tree. Wild Rumpus pretty banged up. Very low health. The Soldier Murr flying in, trying to get the finish there. Will need Serial to come in, the scout, and get that finish. Xlor a little bit banged up, but a successful mid for Cat Noises Black.
Yeah. Xlor incredibly lucky to be alive. Actually dropped to like 10 HP in this mid. And as a medic, that's just such a dangerous situation where there's just explosives everywhere. But we see another 2 kills in here for Cat Noises. So keeping themselves in this second fight as well, as it's going to have to be the back out all the way to last, especially now they've lost Tree. Yeah, keep this Uber up on Arcadia. You are on last.
Yeah, and Gabby almost getting air shot there, but she was able to turn around, hit the beautiful rocket on Tree, and get the kill going the other direction instead.
Yeah, good stuff here. Wild Rumpus just trying to keep control of a lobby here. Red do have Uber, but haven't quite made it in. And actually, it looks like they want to put a bit of pressure forward just off of that and see if they can maybe force out XLR and Aqua Spot here on second. But with that pick on the milli, you'd have to imagine it'd be a push out. Yeah, Arcadia can't. Oh, Arcadia getting forced in lobby. That's so rough.
Yeah, super awkward there. They were able to delay that capture on 2, but it's like really not worth it. And especially Arcadia getting juggled there. Didn't necessarily see an immediate danger, but knew just being juggled, had to pop that overcharge. Serial comes in, gets that cleanup. Murr banged up behind the point, but Serial throwing a taunt out, and Wild Rumpus not able to frag basically the entire team in time to stop them from getting that capture.
Yeah, and that really, it all came down to, as soon as Millie died on that push out of second, you have to cancel it there. Arcadia cannot be forced in that position, and you see exactly why. That Uber does absolutely nothing, gives XLR and Co. every excuse to push in and win that one. But it's only the first round, still 27 minutes on the clock. Anyone's game, truly. As Baba, bit of a rough rollout to start this one.
Yeah, didn't quite get the ramp slide off the stairs. Wild Rumpus rolling out on Valley. Had a pretty good start to thing. Both soldiers for blue kind of in the corner here. They're going to be able to clean up Gabby and Anna. And now a bomb in from Mur, though. Able to get two. It's Tree and Wild Rumpus. I didn't see exactly when Arcadia went down, but got killed by Baba, I guess.
Yeah, it was Millie and Math on the chase for the medic here, and it's Math to clean up the medic. Somehow it's into a 1v1 Demo versus Scout on second. So close, but Baba in with the pipe and with the taunt. Just the only factor there to really win them that round. But at what cost?
Yeah, pretty intense fight there. And Kyle Fett experience definitely getting pretty banged up so far in this match.
Yeah. But with their medic dying a lot sooner than XLR, it will be an advantage, but they kind of let it slip to the wayside. Could have been probably closer to 25%. Now it's only in about the 10% range. You know, not really enough to push off of perspective in Uber. It'll take about 40 seconds to build usually. So that will not be much of a factor here. It will come down to the players.
Yeah, and able to reset on the second point, and you know, this is definitely where we see a lot of the tempo of Team Fortress. However, as they're getting really aggressive here, and I think that they thought that they had a larger advantage. They are trying to capitalize on it as Gabby gets knocked off the bell tower. Very weak, but the counter Uber could possibly come in here, and Gabby gets the kill on Arcadia as she was fading, basically. Oh, and Mur, big bomb and a choke. Kill on Wild Rumpus. Mur will get an arrow heal, and the Kyle Fett experience without their demo man. Trying to find some kills here, as they knew that this second point was basically going to get rolled back, but as things go now, they might get rolled all the way to last.
Yeah, and it was a crucial air shot there actually from Baba. Slippy was in by the hut trying to get onto the medic there, but XLR completely safe because of an amazing pipe. And yeah, that's the sentry there from Millie up on last, already trying to get it in, and actually dropping Scout there.
Yeah, Anna dropped there as the Uber just coming out a sliver late. Mur getting cleaned up as well. Now XLR goes down. So Cat Noise is black. A little bit of a scuffed push in on last. Serial does pick up a kill on Slippy, then pick up that health pack. So they're able to escape. Now coming back in, trying to get on top of Arcadia. Arcadia half health. But no supporting players, so Arcadia will survive.
Yeah, Tree there actually a little lucky. Really flubbed that kill onto Serial, so if Serial had gone on to kill Arcadia, it would have been quite the mess up. But no harm, no foul, as we will start to see mid-pressure applied from the blue team. Kyle Flett starting to get in. Slippy making a lot of space to jump out, and that sniper in choke gonna get bombed on, so will Mur. So 2 picks back the way, only lose the Tree for it, and that will be mid.
Yeah, good job by Tree realizing that they've slipped past that soldier. Wild Rumpus and company, the Ubercharge popped very quickly here. XLR 60% and kind of awkwardly trapped, but they're still going to need to be able to find the medic. XLR doing a good job dodging around here. Math trying to get the finish on the medic. Finally does. Arcadia stuck down low, though, will get taken out. They've lost Wild Rumpus as well, so both medics down. Mur fighting against Math under the dungeon, gets the kill. Mur, 5 health, gets away.
Yeah, and really that fight there was all down to XLR and just how slippery they were. You see how much time that Kyle Flett just had to spend trying to kill him, and it was ultimately kind of their undoing. Tree gonna stop the mid-foot cap there just with a little nice bomb on the Serial. Clean 2 rockets. Yeah,
nice direct one to start that off, and that does actually, you know, make Baba hesitate and create enough room for Kyle Fett experience for their respawners to get in here.
So yeah, mid-preserve for Kyle Flett. That will be really important to them as they try to even out the score, holding on to that midpoint. And it will be actually a pretty decent advantage, though, for Cat Noise's black if they can build this out. So 25%.
Yeah, still a tough one to decide to push out on. You know, as we mentioned the last map on Snakewater, you know, just these maps are built so that, you know, midpoint, if you hold it, you do have this kind of advantage.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that kind of you can see at super high levels, at invite levels. You can see those 25% advantages, those smaller advantages, they get pushed on. And when you saw the team's not really hard building here, not really fully aware of it, that's one of the biggest things that separates these teams. And Gabby and Slippy just, trading out there, having some words. But with the Metal going down will favor Kyle Flett. They put a ton of pressure on this choke area, but with Million Tree going down, it was perhaps a little too much.
Yeah, Tree was doing a good job there of, like, first off, finding that trap of Baba's, sniffing that out, and then creating some pressure. But Arcadia basically never committed, was never really able to get out of Cafe. That led to the Uber Charge never being used despite the numerical advantage. Arcadia now getting pressured into will pop the Uber Charge. Does do a good flash on Math, and this Uber Charge for Blue coming out a little bit later. They could maybe follow that up, but Slippy's not excited about jumping forward and continuing the pressure. Looks like Cat Noise's Black will be able to get control of the middle point here.
Yeah, Arcadia milking like a farmer there. Completely chill, just scouting his face, popping that Uber. A few seconds later, ultimately going to net his team a huge advantage in the fight. Just because, hey, you're invincible for longer. And sometimes it just comes down to that, those few seconds.
Maybe a little bit of confidence issues, though, for Kyle Flett Experience. I mean, it definitely seemed like one of those circumstances where, you need to try to win that post-fight and clean players up. Murr was extremely damaged, but instead they put the car into reverse and, backed up to the second point and are going to actually let Cat Noise's Black set the tempo here despite being up 1-0.
Yeah, and Kyle Flett, they're under no pressure to necessarily even this game out. Still 21 minutes to go, 4 minutes on the round timer, so really they have all the time in the world to get just one score. And we see a nice big high bomb in here from Murr, but with Anna going down as well, that will actually end up being a 2 cent.
Yeah, Murr cratering at the end of that. Slippy now behind this red team and has the Cafe under control. That'll bring out the push forward. Baba taken out. That lock and load putting out a surprising amount of damage. Arcadia very far forward, eats a rocket here, trying to hold on to this Uber Charge though, as Cat Noise's Black used an Uber Charge and Excelor going down. So an extremely good situation here for the Kyle Flett Experience.
Yeah, it was just sort of one win after another for them. All these little things that added up. Slippy going on that flank ultimately just drew so many eyes, and there was so much pressure for the pinch that, yeah, they just had to back out of mid. Good surf as well from Arcadia to keep himself alive, keep this full advantage. And you see Serial again on this spy play, maybe trying to take advantage of the environment here again as he's going to go for the decloak. Looks like it will be good as here in lava. Oh. Still not aware, Slippy!
Throw Serial there. Serial gets cratered. A little confused about how that one worked out. Baba kills 2 though.
Oh, was that a trap? I don't know. Arcadia's going down. It's a scrap fest on last. All of a sudden 2v2, but the health, it's so slim on Kyle Flett. Just Millie left up, but will hold on to it. Just for now, keeps their hopes in it. Will Cat Noise's Black. And it's just Millie to win. Well, I was going to say win this 1-1, but
yeah, will do so.
Now.
Yeah, got spotted out of coming out of dungeon, which is a little risque. But, did win that Scout v Scout, as you mentioned. And now Tree actually also picking up a kill here. Gonna need some heals.
Yeah, and you see Millie winning that 1v1 maybe discourages Cat Noises from trying to push out of last. Rather not risk their one-round advantage on a fumbled push.
Yeah, Kyle Flett Experience going for a bit of a dry push here. Pushing without an Uber Charge prepared. Now actually will back it up a little bit, play this more cautiously, which is appropriate.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense for them. Kyle Flett, they did have an advantage going into this. It was actually a little greater before that fight for Arcadia, so could have potentially seen them work that, but again, I think just they'd rather play the numbers, play the percentage, play the even situation. They feel confident in their abilities to win that team fight, so now with the Ubers even, both of these teams on to last. We'll have to see how they want to play this. Slippy was in, but it will be again the 2 double sack in onto that last. Still very common on Sunshine as well as it is on Snakewater, so
yeah, and Millie going down there at the same time as Slippy. Nothing really accomplished, but with Wild Rumpus able to lock off Shutter, Cat Noise's Black going to be content to just sit back.
Yeah. Interesting, not even a counter coming out from Cat Noise's Black of even one person, even though they held lobby. And I guess that's what they're going for. Serial on the Sniper going to try and open this up. We haven't really seen a lot of Sniper in these games, surprisingly. This new round timer has made Sniper a lot more difficult because Sniper's a class where you really need time to try and work a pick. But Serial, first shot, first kill on the Australian. Going to take down Tree and Slippy as well. So they're actually cracking this wide open right now, taking a peek. Oh, the Demo Man will not hit it.
Yeah, pretty good circumstances for a Sniper to try to push out here. Will actually then, oh my god, turns around, hits the close range headshot on Millie. Ubercharge did get forced out from Arcadia, and they will clean up Serial there. Just a one-player advantage for the team holding second.
Yeah.
No Ubercharge either, but you know, that's a tough push out from the defensive team.
Yeah, a flashy shot there from Serial, just salt in the wound of their medic. Ultimately, because of that sniper, they had to play on that point in that really enclosed environment, and that led for the perfect bomb from Murr to get right in Arcadia's face. Had no choice but to use the Uber. Now we see Millie on the counter sniper. Wild Rumpus just absolutely slams Anna in that trap, but it will be Millie just taking pot shots from Choke, trying to clean up onto XLR. But with Arcadia almost into this Uber, will actually be about the same situation as we were in.
Yeah. A minute 40 on the round timer, though. So they basically have time to push in here, and if that doesn't go well, build out another Uber charge. Murr gets kill on Slippy. Nice engagement there, but you know, committing to make sure that they got that frag, ends up getting headshot, taken out.
Yeah, and now when we see Millie here on the sniper trying to push into last, the key for this defense is just going to be keeping their explosives onto those doors. Don't let the sniper get a clean peek in. But that's what they're doing right now. They're letting Millie get all his space. And actually just the flank from the Demo Man going to do crazy things on that combo. And now with XLR still holding this Uber, it's a solid last hold and a bit of a retreat here for the Kyle Flett experience.
Yeah, and there was maybe a little bit of hope there for Kyle Flett, but Matt.
Ooh, treat nice direct to get that
yeah.
force. A grounder would not have been good enough. Good pop from XLR, but ultimately that will be really good here for Cat Noises. They'll, or for Kyle Flett rather, they will have the Uber advantage, about 30% to make this repush happen.
Yeah, and something that they could go for. I mean, they know that they're going to have that percentage advantage, you know, and significant enough that there is a window of opportunity there. And also, too, Slippy able to kind of get some eyes forward, see what happened, what's out there. And they say, okay, we're actually clear to run through Cafe. They don't have the Uber charge quite yet, as Cat Noise is black, realizing, okay, the aggression is here. We need to back up. They're going to continue to push, though, with this Uber charge advantage. They just get it right now, popping out around the corner from Dungeon. Math running through. Wild Rumpus trying to get on top of Exlor. Exlor does get taken out by the sticky. Wild Rumpus not that healthy, though, so they're going to need to finish up the capture here. Slippy coming from behind, trying to get the kill on Baba. Does look like the defense might hold here. Not enough frags able to come out from the Kyle Flett experience.
Yeah, and you see kind of a classic mistake there. I feel like that Uber was spent almost entirely to kill XLR, but then you realize that when your Uber's fading, all 5 of those classes are alive. Oh, hold that thought. Millie is running the medic on last. If the medic delays just long enough. XLR MVP with the block there to save the round. Almost and even up there for Kyle Flett, but yeah. And XLR.
Oh, right now, Murr, big damage on Arcadia. Arcadia got pushed forward. Gabby shoots around the corner, gets the kill on the medic. Arcadia so banged up. What a rocket.
Yeah, nothing you can do about that if you're Arcadia. Sometimes you just round the corner into your face. It happens.
Yeah.
And yeah, Slippy gonna try and get the return, but not successful. Anna there to bodyguard XLR. And yeah, just like that, it is Kyle Flett, though, again, knocking on the doors of last. But this time, they do not have that Uber advantage. They're actually at a disadvantage. So just trying to get 2 here for the territory, and until XLR can get that Uber up.
Yeah,
still 2 down.
Millie poking from Dungeon.
Ooh, caught out. Not sleeping.
Yeah, good damage on Murr. Unable to finish, though, and Exlor will get the charge here. Waiting for some spawners, so still kind of risky to push out. You would just really kind of, you still have to watch out for the back cap and not really have as many players forward as you'd like.
Yeah, XLR kind of fortunate to have this like massive Uber cushion right now. Does not have to rush things. Can even put up this sentry on Anna just to guard the back cap, make sure if they push out, nothing funny can happen. But actually, you know, we could see Cat Noise Black just let the Super fade out. Why risk a push out of last where you potentially give your advantage when really it's on the Kyle Flett experience here to win the round? And that's a completely fair, if somewhat boring approach.
Yeah, I mean, you got to play to win, you know.
Yeah, you got to play to win.
You know, especially if you're that team holding second, you know that you're going to have the space in order to just kind of stay back and build. They got the 1 pick off on Serial, trying to kind of figure out what the defense is doing. They probably saw that sentry gun and trying to figure out, as Slippy gets eaten up by said gun, as well as a Baba trap.
Well, if Slippy didn't see the gun before, he definitely does now. Mur on the counter-sack, similarly unsuccessful. Not going to say anything, but Serial now back on that sniper. Oh, decides against it. Maybe just flirting with the idea, deciding it would be better to stay on scout for now. This tree's going to go in for yet another bomb. Could catch out Serial a little forward, but just solid defensive positioning, going to keep the toll at 6-6 for now.
Yeah.
And tree a little forward.
Yeah, I was going to say it was a pretty good slow push there, but it was only a matter of time before you got a strong bomb in from one of the soldiers of Cat Noise's Black. That was Mur. Mur now this time getting a little bit stuffed, but these scouts in kind of a tenuous position. Math, ends up taking a rocket from Gabby, gets cleared up, trying to back out of dungeon.
Yeah, I think maybe what have happened there is the soldier might have thought he was in range of Wild Rumpus' trap, which was just around the corner, and actually got the trade on the player, but just not quite close enough to it, was actually able to get killed first, but not going to ultimately result in anything from these teams. No new off classes to speak of either, just choosing to keep it cookie cutter here as we hit 2:30 on the round timer. Both these teams trying to take a crack at each other, and it's still a one-score game. But we see Math getting caught out again in this lobby area, but the trade out on the Serial, Slippy, Mur, all of these trades going down. It's now a 4v4 off of the lobby fight.
Yeah, and they've re-healed their players in lobby, but again, just a little bit hesitant to get forward here. I really like how Anna is continuing to move this gun around, basically now in its third position, right by the point.
Yeah, Sunshine's map where you get really creative with these sentry placements, but also you see what an effect it has. Millie thinks that she has so much space to run in there, actually completely covered. And that's really just dynamic engineer gameplay where it can be so tempted to just go to the default spot, set up a level 3, and just slap it. So definitely great play there from Anna to keep the hold alive here for Cat Noise's Black, as we see the gun moved again, even closer, to keep an eye on that lower position.
Yeah, and Kyle at Fed Experience, it is an opportunity where perhaps they could have busted out an off class, but going to stick with the standard format of classes.
Yeah. I mean, we did see that earlier. We did see the sniper. We did see the spy. These people don't necessarily have the tendency to do it. Gun going to get spammed down from Anna just by that strong left side presence. But Slippy just going to kind of run into traffic there in the trap, and Millie to follow off a nice pipe. So potential for a push out was there, but with Mur going down in the scout, almost starting to go down. There it was from Tree, a little labored. 2 back will ensure that Cat Noises stay right where they are.
Yeah, just 50 seconds on this round timer, as we also are under 10 minutes on the map timer.
Yeah, no real reason for Kyle Flett to let this expire without trying a push. If they fail it, worst case, it just resets the timer, or they lose second.
Unfortunate for Math, putting a ton of damage on Gabby, but we'll get cleaned up.
And actually, a side effect of all the sentry success that Anna has had, unfortunately, they will switch off of it, but they were on that Frontier Justice. I wonder how many crits they had.
Yeah, and I think that was why that sentry got destroyed when it was a level 3 and then rebuild. Must have been trying to harvest those crits. Interesting. The Uncle Dane strats coming out, but it will be that last Hail Mary push in the 10-second mark. Wild Rumpus bombing in, but the Uber is out on point. It will not be capped at this point. And yeah, we will see a round reset. Cat Noise's Black pulling out the full stalemate. Maybe even 7 strats for those familiar. But it will be the round reset here, keeping the 1-0 tally with just short of 9 minutes left here for the Kyle Flett Experience to get there evener. Yeah, really good defensive hold from Cat Noise's Black. Basically able to just kind of shut everything down, and really strong use of that engineer as well. Just getting all the frags that they needed. Yeah, Wild Rumpus is going to opt the Valley rollout this time, see what these players want to do as we just start the initial exchange of damage. It's Baba getting knocked up in the air first. The double bomb will claim them for the soldiers going down, though. That is quite a lot to give as we enter the 4v4, but on positioning it looks like Cat Noise is going to just concede this mid, stop the bleeding now, and just hold on the second. Yeah, they had some banged up players that needed arrows, and all those players in choke as well, so just so kind of like pinned into a position, not going to be able to push forward. Yeah, and we see Tree leaving spawn on the spy, so it's in the mid to second stalemate that we're starting to see
these players bust out the off classes, and that's not too surprising on Sunshine. The last is really hard to peek into. It's really hard to get an avenue approach for a sniper or a spy, but this mid to second stamina, it's a little more open. You got a little more options at play. So, and we see Tree just trying to take advantage of that. Will get behind without incident.
Yeah, snags the health pack down low, but nobody was like looking that way to see that awkwardly go out.
No one saw
and
the
was able to get the
shot
T-Cloak
there.
coming in here behind. Oh, Will get the stab!
Yeah, perfect execution there from Tree. In and out just like that, and that busts this wide open for him. As Cat Noise is Black, they just have to fight and scrap for everything they can onto Arcadia, and it's not happening. Slippy and Math there to mop it up. Baba even going down late here. Not quite late enough down to the new
yeah,
spawn
and Millie calling, saying, okay, let me cap second. They're going to be able to push forward here. Gabby's respawning. They are getting players in here. They still have an Uber charge, though, so they need to get in, get some frags. Sticky's coming across the point. They're also going to need to get some capture time, but at least they're getting frags right now. Exelor is down. Gabby extremely weak, finished off by one of the scouts here. And, well, oh yeah, Arcadia cut off. Just Math here. Math versus Baba. This is going to be a tough fight, though. Math has to win it if they want this round, and Baba holds strong.
Yeah, I mean, Baba cleaned it up in the end there, but it was Mur that made that possible. All that damage right onto the combo there really just made that fight possible, and that is a very impressive hold here from Cat Noises Black. 6 minutes left on the clock, still holding that one round advantage, and it's going to be Mur again to try and get the space onto second, put a bit of cap pressure on, but ultimately going to back out.
Yeah, definitely a desperate hold. And again, kind of the similar thing with Kyle Fett experience that we saw when they played against Zone 6, as almost maybe a little too much focus on the medic. They did get good frags, but no cap pressure.
Yeah, and now 2 frags coming back in there. Serial actually on that pyro there to just try and stuff the door, prevent any of that aggression from being effective, and it did seem to work. They got both of the kills. Didn't see quite how it went down, so I'm not sure if it's Pyro's fault, but hey.
And dry push attempt here. Anna getting a little bit of damage, but then pushing forward. Serial has gone down. Had switched off to Scout there. And big damage on the point here. Tree, though, needs a little bit of assistance. Anna backing up. Pressure forward from Slippy. Baba backed up. They have the Uber charge, so similar circumstances. They see Anna down low. And Anna doing a good job of distracting here, creating time. Arcadia damaged quite a bit. Mur will get finished up here. Arcadia waiting for this health pack. Maybe need to be pushing forward instead.
Yeah, that flank from Anna just put in such a weird position with the health on Arcadia, which is still an awkward situation, but seeing normalcy resume here as people heal up, get back into their posts, and yeah, just Slippy getting stuffed a little bit on entry. But again, Baba, nuclear stickies here.
Yeah, and I think indecisive gameplay there from Kyle Fett experience. They might come in here with the Uber charge. They will get an exchange. They actually are able to get Baba dropped. But they're going to have to go into full retreat here. Wild Rumpus will be there to support with some stickies as this Uber charge is fading. Anna trying to get the kill on Wild Rumpus. Anna with that double jump will be able to escape, get an arrow heal. Big bomb over the top here, trying to get the kill on Exelor, but Exelor surviving, ducking into dungeon now. Millie trying to get the finish, but Millie cleaned up. Good kills here. Math going for a back cap, though. Spotted.
And Windless can do it, but it sticks a soldier on last.
Wow,
they were well aware of it. We're not letting that happen again after Millie got so close before. But yeah, ultimately it just came down to that XLR survived that fight, and Arcadia did not by the slimmest of margins. It will be now Cat Noise Black trying to retake mid, and they will get it just off of the positioning. Kyle Flett in no state to contest this, and now holding second with a 30% disad.
Yeah, Arcadia trying to build up Uber charge here, but yeah, with that significant disad, could be a very tough hold here on second. Exelor just about to get the Uber charge.
Looks like they're posturing over in the valley, looking to get this in as fast as possible. And yeah, Arcadia, well aware of the situation, not even going to really fight it aside from Tree just going in there. But that does mean that XLR, Tree was there to try and get XLR to force. And now that XLR hasn't, that means they get to throw the super and take an even fight on last instead of having to use to get second and potentially getting leapfrogged. So big from XLR there to hold, as it will be now the lobby being taken here for Cat Noise Black. They have 3 minutes here to make the last work, but Mur doesn't want to wait around. They are straight in and straight out.
Yeah, the sentry gun helping out here. Slippy did get picked off by Serial over on the barrel side.
Tree is back on the spot. He loves it. Third time. He's 1 for 2 so far. Have to see if he can make it 2-1. Again, getting behind without incident. Decloak successful. No, not like this. XLR again. And the double on the Baba completely wipes him out here.
Yeah, we're going to see a push out here. They're also going to be able to clear out Serial. Will be a push attempt from the scout to possibly get a back cap. But Millie's there. Millie will get cleaned up. The gun is there, though. Yeah. Can Anna edge this in time? Not going to happen. So the cap on 2 goes down. Anna still behind. Looking
Slippy,
to maybe engage with
on
Slippy.
I think eyes on it. No one's turning. It's such an awkward situation. Anna actually being outrun by the combo there. Gonna put him in a bit of an awkward situation. Looks like they want to go for the back cap to put pressure on second, but at this rate, mid should be able to be capped in time if they stack it. But Serial is there with the block. Oh, cleanup isn't enough time. I think it is. They have to fight Anna in the back lines. Will work out, but that was very close to coming apart at the seams there for Kyle Flett, so
yeah, for
holding
sure.
on.
And Excelor does survive. Same time, though, the spawner is still 5 seconds away, so Slippy getting forward. Kyle Flett Experience will be able to get in a second pretty cleanly here.
Yeah, Gabby just hanging around to see if there was an opportunity to get onto Arcadia there for the most part. And you see now, 1 minute left on this game timer. Cat Noises cannot run it back. Cat Noises, they need to hold on.
Yeah, defense needs to hold here. Gabby doing a good job of hitting that ledge, dodging some of those other rockets that were trying to find them. Now taking a bit more damage here as the push coming in. Millie's, though, the first one down. There goes Slippy. And where was the Ubercharge?
Yeah.
I guess they were maybe just trying to get a sack wave in.
Yeah, and I mean, 50 seconds, it's enough time to make this work, but the thing with Sunshine is once you lose those players, you have to get back into lobby, and that could be where they ultimately sort of stall out. So one last crack at this for Kyle Flett. All the marbles, everything to play for. We see the Pyro here on Serial, spotting in lobby just for those traps. It's now 30 seconds. The Uber will come out. XLRs will as well. And it's all down to this fight.
Math with a little bit of damage to start things off. Wild Rumpus, though, getting caught in dungeon. And Gabby, low health, will get cleaned up here. Tree has gone down. And, also, though, Slippy, extremely low, gets taken out. Millie coming in on the heavy weapons guy. 9 seconds on the clock. They're throwing bodies on the point. Math trying to wrap around. Will get cleaned up. Will be GG's coming out here. That early round win from Cat Noises Black proving to be enough as they secure a 1-0 victory over the Kyle Flett Experience.
Yeah, and as much as you know, a lot of TF2 players will see a 1-0 victory and sort of go, oh, that game must have been Ace and News Fest. It must have been Stalemate City. That was as back and forth a 1-0 game I think you will ever see.
Yeah, and yeah, exciting one. I mean, I think Kyle Flett Experience, one of those things that as this evening of group stages wrap up, and the teams get a little bit more pugs in, as well as a chance to kind of like talk amongst themselves about how things went. I think that Kyle Flett Experience will be able to, pull it together, be able to kind of tighten up those screws on their operational game plan, and have better pushes into last, in their next match coming up. So.
Yeah, and it feels like, again, we casted Kyle Flett Experience once against Zone 6, and we cast them again here. It feels like that game was never out of reach for them, but just not able to capitalize in the crucial moments. Will put them behind the 8-ball in these group stage standings as they take another 1-0 loss, unfortunately. But hey, it was a close game, and that is exactly what we want to see here, competitive the whole way through.
Yeah, really good grape stage games. Glad we were able to get that extra coverage in, as some of the other matches, with G6, with Zone 6, they had some pretty strong wins in this third round. We'll have 2 more rounds of group stage matches tomorrow, and then start getting into the bracket, and then wrapping things up on Sunday with our championship games. Coverage tomorrow will be happening online, as we have some other tournaments that we're obligated to cover here at the BYOC at DreamHack Atlanta. If you happen to be on venue, make sure to come by and say hello. give us a shout.
We'll also be on the DreamHack Community Clash Twitch as well.
Yeah, yeah. That's where those games will be tomorrow. And then back on Essentials.tf for our coverage of Team Fortress on Sunday.
Yep, so. Championship Sunday, big day.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone coming out to watch the big ball game in Atlanta.
Yeah, for sure. And, yeah, it's been exciting stuff so far. One of the teams that we haven't been able to get into the coverage, G6, look forward to seeing them tomorrow. Going to be exciting stuff. And already off to a fantastic start here at DreamHack Atlanta.
Yes, absolutely. Some amazing games to kick us off. And you know what? That's what we want to do. We want to start on a high note here. We want to take that. We want to go all the way through this land. We want to keep this energy up. So that is GG's from us. We hope to see you all very soon, of course.
Yeah, shout out to Twitch chat. We see you all out there. Appreciate everybody tuning in. And, well, yeah, I think that'll do it for today. Shout out to our production as well. We had Avoid Joker jumping in over on production. We had Connie running Observer for us. Shout out to Dr. Happiness doing it up big. And shout out to Witness Gaming not fielding a TF2 team, but I guess they're competing over in Smash Ultimate. So best of luck for them.
Shout out to Nina as well, been adminning the tournament this whole time alongside Charlie.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, thank you so much. And, yeah, shout out to everybody who's made it out to DreamHack Atlanta as well as tuning in online. But I think that'll do it for us. And this time, we'll see you next time. Peace out.